My favorite book as a kiddo was definitely The Pokey Little Puppy. I don't know why. I think I saw myself a little bit as in The Pokey Little Puppy, but it was just always one of my favorite books to read growing up.
I loved the Harry Potter series. I remember waiting for each book to come out every time. We read the very first one when it came out as a 5th grade class, and I just fell in love with those books.
The Dr. Seuss series of books. They were entertaining. They had great illustrations in them, and they just had funny themes. They're enjoyable to read.
My favorite book to read was Little House on the Prairie, and anything by Laura Ingalls Wilder and her whole series. I was obsessed with it.
Probably the Bernstein Bears and Little House on the Prairie when I got a little older. I think probably even before I was in kindergarten, I actually learned how to read by reading the TV guide to my dad every morning. So, yeah.
I remember as being a young kid loving to read books. Youngest I can remember, my favorite book was called But No More Elephants. It was awesome. It was about a grandma who had taken all these animals, including an elephant. As I got older, I loved Nancy Drew, all of that series, Babysitter's Club, the great illustrated series books. I read all the time when I was little.
Growing up, I had 2 different kind of series that I liked to read. So I was really into the Magic Treehouse books. So there was, I don't know, there might be like 40 of them now, but starting in like 1st grade, I think, is when I read my first one. So I really liked those. And then I also really like sports. So I was big into the Matt Christopher book. So it's basically football, basketball, baseball, any sport that you could think of. So those are really cool.
I feel like my favorite books to read when I was a kid was the Harry Potter series.
My favorite book was Brown Bear, Brown Bear. I liked animals, and the cover is a beautiful picture of a bear.
My favorite book as a child was Brown Bear, Brown Bear.
Probably The Hungry Caterpillar.
Growing up, I liked the Hungry Caterpillar book. I feel like it's a staple.
When I was a little kid, one of my favorite books was Are You My Mother by Dr. Seuss.
We loved Dr. Seuss books, and Put Me in the Zoo was one of the favorite ones that we still read with our kids.
Once I got to chapter books, the Nancy Drew series was my favorite. So I read those to completion, I think, and hung on to them for a lot of years. So yeah, I would say that was my favorite series of books to read.
Okay. There's a monster at the end of the book, right? Thank you. The old Sesame Street stuff. That was one of my favorites, Grover Monster.